Hello, welcome to the Ram Wrestling Podcast. My name is the Wild Man Mark Maro Metcalf, and this is our Wrestlemania 42 predictions video. Over to Rich.
I am Richie the Dragon Dreamboat, and these are my predictions for WrestleMania 42. Before I get started, I just want to say I have done a complete 180 on this. About 3 weeks ago, I was kind of not really that invested in WrestleMania 42, but now looking at the card, there's at least 6 matches on here that I think are going to be really, really good. So well done, WWE. You've got my attention. Anyway, on with the card. Just one more thing. I'm taking the match listing straight from WWE.com, so this could be a potential spoiler of the order of the matches. So if you really don't want to know that, because I'm not going to lie, not knowing the matches in certain orders is kind of the excitement of watching the event. So, but if you don't want to know, please just skip forward a little bit more and on with the predictions. Anyway, on with the show. So the first match that I have got written down here is the 6-man tag match between Logan Paul, Austin Theory and IShowSpeed versus the Usos and LA Knight. And I really hope that this is not the first match, but I really can see that happening simply because everyone wants to start yeeting. If this is an opening match, then I'm going to say the Usos and LA Knight. It kicks things off in a more positive way, maybe with a kind of weird sort of turn from IShowSpeed, who is, I'm kind of enjoying his involvement of being forcibly put into a wrestling match against his will. So it's not really a double cross, but it's kind of something silly celebrity-like events to happen at WrestleMania. So sure, I'm going to go with Usos and LA Knight in a match that I'm not particularly that bothered about.
This one's a bit strange to me because I really think LA Knight deserves better than this match. I feel like the Usos dropping the tag team titles should have been a WrestleMania moment for division, but they've tried to wrangle everybody together, and I just don't feel enthused by this match at all. They changed the Usos music and now they're struggling because no one likes the Usos music, because instead of Jay, it's just me, it's just us, which I found funny, but I think they might scrap that. But there'll still be some yeeting, and that's the purpose of this match, it feels. The winner is going to be, I've got to go with Division on this one.
For me, that one is going to go to the Vision and to IShowSpeed. I think IShowSpeed is going to show that he has essentially got the talent to basically be part of the WWE. And he's a massive name, so kids are going to want to see him win.
Moving on, next we have the unsanctioned match between Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre. I think this is going to be a show stealer. Now, the thing that intrigues me about this match is I can't quite call it, but taking behind the scenes things into consideration, I'm going to go with Jacob Fatu. I think it would project him a little bit more at the card, and plus, furthermore, Drew McIntyre is he's going off to film Highlander. So yeah, but either way, this is going to be a bloodbath. I'm really looking forward to it. This is one of those matches that I'm like, yes, please. So yeah, give him hell, guys.
I think give this to Fatu. Drew's off to go film some movie, so give it to Jacob Fatu, but it would be a brutal match, especially being unsanctioned.
I think we're in for a real treat of just lots of like street fighting, weapons, bit of brutality. I don't care who wins this match. I think it should be Jacob Fatu, but I'd be happy if it goes either way. So I'm going to go with Jacob Fatu just because he needs to be elevated a little bit more.
Moving on from there, we have the Women's Tag Team Championship Fatal 4-Way, which is with Nia Jackson, Lash Legend versus Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss versus Bayley and Lyra Valkyria versus the Bella Twins. And I've got the Bella Twins to win. I don't want them to win, but I just feel that the Bellas are going to win the Tag Team Championships. But the bit I think is possibly more interesting is because Bayley and Lyra did not win the belts, I feel that we might get a Lyra Valkyria heel turn. then she could be like the Dark Angel or something like that, because I think she is a wrestler that badly needs a character swap, if I'm honest. But yeah, I'm going with the Bella Twins on that match. Should be fun. It's Mania, sure.
I think I would like Bayley and Lyra to win. Someone different, someone who hasn't held that title before. Bayley should have been involved last year, obviously with the shenanigans. She was dropped, so Bayley and Lyra to win that.
I really wanted this to be like a TLC match, but we know we're not getting that because obviously we've got the intercontinental ladder match, and we need to protect our ladies in the match. Although they did have Candice LeRae go last year at Wrestlemania through an awful spot. So there is rumours that Nikki Bella is, obviously, well, not rumours, they showed that on TV that she was slightly injured. I don't know if this is like a work so we have the titles on the Bellas as we come out, because that was my initial pick, so I'm going to go with the Bellas.
Moving on from that, we have the Women's Intercontinental Championship match of AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch. Oh, I can't really call this one because part of me thinks that put the belt back on Becky and she can continue with the belt, or I don't know, maybe keeping the belt on AJ Lee a little bit longer. I'm not sure. I'm going to go with AJ Lee. I think AJ Lee is going to retain. She gave a big speech talking about how she's going to be a fighting champion. I'm pretty sure she's only had one match since she did that, so that tells me I think she's going to stick around a bit longer. So yeah, I'm going to go with AJ Lee to retain on that one.
The next one is AJ Lee and Becky Lynch. I think this one's going to go to Becky. I'm not too keen on there being too many part-time champions. They're not really where I see this going, so drop it to Lynch and she can defend it to a few different women in the division.
Is this still going on? You know, it started like WrestlePalooza, even before that, went all the way through Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, and now she won it on Elimination Chamber off Becky Lynch, with some Maxine Dupree involved in the middle, but I'm a little bit bored of it, to be quite honest. If Becky Lynch loses this, I want that to be finished. I would prefer Becky Lynch to win, but in my predictions I'm going to go with AJ Lee because she hasn't really had many matches yet.
Next up, we've got the Women's World Championship match, which is Stephanie Vaquer versus Liv Morgan, and I have gone for Liv Morgan. Part of me think that Vaquer might retain this, but I'm going for Liv to take the belt because it opens up so much more narratively within the Judgment Day, which is still going on at the moment. So yeah, you've got Roxanne Perez who's just come back into the mix, little bit of jealousy, I have the belt, you don't, ha 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 kind of thing. Dominic Mysterio's got a match on the following night. That can cause some tensions depending on how that one goes. But yeah, so to me, I don't see any reason in keeping the belt on Stephanie Vaquer because unfortunately for her, her booking has been absolutely terrible. She has been, in my eyes, the longest transitional champion we've had for a long time, and I feel really sorry for her because I love Stephanie Vaquer.
For Vaquer and Morgan, this has had a good build-up, but I think this one goes to the Royal Rumble winner, Liv Morgan. See, there's such a high after the Rumble and everyone wanted her to win. Why not drop the title to her?
I feel like Stephanie Vaquer has had enough with this title. And she's scraped her way through. So I think this is time to build up someone else. I think Liv Morgan is the right person for that title. Like, she's had it before, but I feel like she's really come into her character now. So I feel like she deserves this win.
Then that moves us on to a last-minute announced match. Well, I say last-minute, it was only 2 weeks ago. That is Seth Rollins versus Gunther. This is another one of those matches I'm really looking forward to. They're going to have a banger. It's going to be a blinder. You've got two of the best going one-on-one. I think Gunther is going to go for the win, but not quite cleanly. So as it seems like Seth Rollins is getting the better hand of Gunther because it is his first match upon his return from injury, who should enter the ring but a masked man? Hang on for this one, okay? I know we've had a lot of masked men recently, but yeah, I think you know where I'm going with this. The masked man comes in, he looks at Gunther, he looks at Seth Rollins, he runs against the ropes and he spears the living daylights out of Seth Rollins, pulls the mask off, it's Bron Breakker. Gunther looks around a little bit confused, puts him in the powerbomb, lays him out, 1, 2, 3. Gunther has now got another reason to keep his shit-eating grin roaming around the arena. Gunther wins to retain. That obviously sets up Bron versus Seth at SummerSlam.
This one I think is one of the hardest to call. Not really been much build-up other than two of the best in the business right now, and in the WWE especially. Seth versus Gunther. I think you've got to give this one to Gunther, but you've got to keep Seth strong. So some sort of maybe Bron interference, some sort of problems Seth's got to deal with, and then Gunther just chokes him up.
It's a bit harsh because Seth Rollins is on his return match, but I think that this match is there just to build storyline to two other things. I think the Vision will be somewhat involved, whether it's Bron Breakker or others. So I reckon Gunther is getting the win here, with help from his friends or associates, should we say.
And then I believe that moves us on to the main event of Saturday, which is Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton with Pat McAfee. Do you know what? I'm going to say this now. The Pat McAfee thing it's not amazing, but I'm not totally against it. I'm just like, sure, why not? Does it make sense? Absolutely not. Is it something to give the WWE Undisputed Championship match a bit more edge? Kind of thinks, well, if Randy has got Pat in his corner, who's going to be in Cody's? I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to go with Randy Orton to win the belt. I just think moving forward, Randy Orton with his 15th title reign, it opens up a lot more doors with the belts, whereas Cody's been champion off and on for the past 2, possibly 3 years now? Correct me if I'm wrong. Who else is there for him to face? What other feuds could he get involved in? Randy kind of opens up a lot more doors. And plus, even though Randy Orton is a heel at the moment, he's doing a great job as a heel, but he's way too over. He's not. The legend killer has already become the legend, and he has been for a long time. So I'm going for Randy to win the belt here.
Last but not least, something that started so strong is the main event of Night 1, and is currently in a bit of a pile of dog shit, really. It's Cody versus Randy. I think Randy is winning, walking away with this. And Randy's still getting cheered no matter what they try and do. It's Pat McAfee that's the problem. I think it's going to be all built up for a bigger storyline down the road, but they don't quite know what they're doing with it. But Randy to get his 15th is night 1 of WrestleMania.
So Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton, I did a little mini video of this, even though I have kind of been swayed by a friend of mine, Chris. This made it really tricky for me because this could be all to do with the TKO storyline that he's alluded to on his channel. But I still feel like Cody Rhodes needs to walk out of WrestleMania as the champion, just because he lost in his Roman Reigns match, the first one. He then won the second match, then lost to John Cena. So in his main events, he's two wins, no, hang on that, 2 losses and 1 win, and he beat Seth Rollins. But no, he didn't have another match. But yeah, he needs to be come out strong. Maybe it's after this match, what happens after the loss, that's more important. maybe Orton could take it off him at WrestleMania Backlash. Because he's also not had the title for long. He took it off Drew. This is why Drew should have beat Cody earlier, and then we could have had a big Drew run, and then Cody could have picked it back up earlier, and then it wouldn't feel so strange because he's not been the champion for long. But I'm going to go with Cody Rhodes to retain the WWE Championship.
And that concludes the Saturday WrestleMania main event. Tune in for the next video for Sunday.